What's up, guys, and welcome to a brand new series that I'm going to be introducing to my YouTube channel. Every week we are going to be going through NASCAR's extended highlights, breaking them down and just kind of enjoying them together. At first we're going to be starting with just the NASCAR Cup series, but as we kind of evolve and progress, we're going to move into the Xfinity series, the Truck series, and ultimately we'll be covering some IndyCar highlights as well. But this is a very NASCAR focused channel, so without further ado, let's get into the highlights for the first time here at Circuit of the Americas COTA in Austin, Texas.
Echo Park Automotive Grand Prix is underway.
All right, so coming into turn one, usually it's a big stack up here, but let's see how they kind of got through. Pretty tight on entry.
Boy, three wide, and Ty Gibbs sort of missed that corner. He's back now battling for fifth instead of the lead.
Yeah, I would say that's probably...
Third, fourth, fifth.
Yeah, I would say that was probably the first turn one at COTA that I've seen that didn't have just an absolutely massive pylon. And, you know, it was tight, but... You know, I think these guys have kind of learned over the years at Circuit of the Americas. You know, I think it's like an 130-foot climb up to that turn. You really got to, you know, run the simulator. And, you know, those tires, you got, you know, they're figuring it out. Because, you know, the first couple of years at COTA, it was terrible. It was always a wreck coming in. And looks like these guys have kind of figured it out. So let's see how the rest of the race went.
After William Byron.
Well, we knew Tyler Reddick would be tough here, and you heard him talk about his mistakes in qualifying and how they were able to rebound on hot tires, and that tells me he has a lot of confidence in how fast his car is.
And William Byron's going to have something to say about it too. He was fast last year, always has plenty of speed in that hot rod, and that will be no different today.
And here we go.
So you can see right as they're coming through that corner. We're going to back up a little bit. Watch William Byron.
No different today.
And all these guys, they're cutting it right to the grass. So essentially, they've kind of, in the F1, by the way, this would be totally illegal because you can't get all four tires below that white line on the edge of the apex right about here. So NASCAR is actually, you know, they've kind of, you know, not run with those F1 rules. And I kind of like that because, you know, at the end of the day, it's a racetrack and you're trying to get through that thing as fast as possible. So for NASCAR to give a little bit more leniency in the track limits, I'm totally in agreement with that. I would like to see F1 kind of do a similar thing. I know in karting, you know, you can kind of get away with a little bit more. And I'd like to see a little bit more leniency. I think it gives kind of, you know, racing is an art, and, you know, being able to use more of the track, in my opinion, isn't such a, you know, it's not such a bad thing.
Turn 8, that's going to be the corner that we talk about a lot today. You're going to probably see some cars spin out there because of all that dirt on the racetrack.
Down into turn number 11, the hairpin that leads onto the longest straightaway.
Somewhat of a passing zone. It's UC Chastain looking to the inside, 3 wide to Denny.
He's going to pass 2 of them.
Yes, LaJoy. Corey LaJoy's having trouble. I want to give him a shout out before it's too late. Fifth place start for it. Look at this.
Yeah, and see, this is the thing in those races. You know, you see Corey LaJoy getting together with, it looks like Bubba Wallace there. You cannot win the race on the first lap. But as you can see right there, you're trying to get too aggressive on these things, especially at a road course where, you know, typically you're not going to have as many cautions and regroupings in the field because the field is so strung out. Getting so aggressive, you know, down in lap 1, you know, you can't, like I said, you cannot win the race, but you can most certainly lose the race. And that's not going to help these guys, you know, as we look forward into the race.
Side of Corey LaJoy really hard, so not sure what happened there, but we'll figure it out.
Martin Truex to pit road along with Bubba Wallace.
That's damage. Damage on that first lap. Let's listen along what Bubba says.
Yeah, so, you know, these guys, they, you know, you saw Bubba Wallace. He had that contact earlier in the race, and now look, he's you know, having to pit on lap 2. That's not what you want to see. So, you know, sometimes these guys have contingency plans to make up for that kind of stuff, but it's really not what you want to see as a, you know, on lap 1. You know, as your team, you're going to be super upset seeing your guy come in on lap 2 because of some contact made on lap 1. But certainly these guys are smart. These teams are smart, and they think of everything. So let's see how Bubba Wallace and Truex Jr. bounce back here.
I'm going to come to you. The body on the right front doesn't look terrible. I don't know what you feel. My steering mark is at 1 o'clock.
Jamie.
Just listening to the radio right.
Yeah, so you can see Bubba Wallace, he said his steering mark is at 1 o'clock, which means that contact basically knocked his steering off. And so now they either got to fix it right here, or he's got to drive the rest of the race either like this or like this, depending on, well, 1 o'clock would be like this. So basically his steering wheel is a little bit to the right. It was knocked to the side from the contact there. So, you know, it's just crucial to avoid contact, especially in races like this. You have to do your best to maintain your equipment all the way through.
Right now, Booty Barker, his crew chief, said, let's just make sure the right front is clear. Make sure everything is clear. Take your time here. Let's get it right so we can continue contending. They really feel like they have a good piece here, guys. They qualified 10th. Get some new tires on it, top it off with the wheel, and down he goes.
Yeah, no problem pitting here and staying on the lead lap.
Yeah, the big problem I heard out of that conversation, you want the wheel at 12 o'clock, and he said it was at 1 o'clock, which tells me that the toe is knocked out on the front end of that car.
So a little look at the...
had to come back up the racetrack.
You can see those three cars kind of got into it.
Harrison Burton around at the top of the hill. There's a pass for second. I knew it was coming. Gibbs has been a little bit faster than Reddick in second. Got the pass done. Byron obviously leading this race, laying some good lap times down, but that Gibbs boy, he's coming, folks.
Yeah, Ty Gibbs been looking real fast.
Toyota's 2, 3, 4. The first Ford is Austin Cindric in 7. Here comes Christopher Bell.
Yeah, and through this carousel section right here, it's just manage the slide of the car. Just give it as much throttle as it'll take without chatter in the front or the back tires and get it over to turn 19. But I think Tyler Reddick he obviously knows that Christopher Bell and Ty Gibbs are better than him right now. Well, here they come, Mike. 2 of the first 3. Bell stayed out. He's going to go after the points. The other 2 are going to go after the winning strategy, or what they think is the winning strategy to put themselves in the best position to win.
Meanwhile, the
Yeah, so basically what you're looking at here is the 24 William Byron, and it looks like I think it was Reddick or Ty Gibbs. They come into the pits with 2 laps to go, so they're basically trying to pit right before the stage end, so that when the next stage starts, now all of a sudden everyone that pits during the stage break goes behind them. So they're basically banking on track position, essentially. They're trying to say, hey, after stage 1, we want to start up front. We want to stay up front. Whereas a guy like Christopher Bell, he's saying, hey, you know what? I might be able to get this car to the front by the end, but let me pick up that stage win and get those 10 points and also pick up a playoff point potentially if I'm able to, continue on and win the stage.
Ford started on pole, led all the laps until now. No adjustments for him. Fresh tires is all.
So they all pitted coming to 2 laps to go, so a legal stop as the pit road would close.
Oh!
Man. Big lockup from Ty
right on
Gibbs
new
out
tires
of the
too.
pits
He
on
flat
flat tires
spots it
right there. It's really rough on the inside of the racetrack right there, Clint. And I think he went in there too far, and as he came over one of those bumps, the front tires locked up.
Yeah, that was massive.
Green checker for Christopher Bell. 2nd stage win this year for Bell, and his first ever.
All right, so Christopher Bell, he plays the strategy where he's not going to pit right before, but he's going to pick up those points, which are going to be crucial. So that's another playoff point for him, which could, end up playing a role down in the fall and towards the end of the season.
Of the Americans. Byron and Bell top the list for Xfinity fastest lap.
Well, this will be, as you see, William Byron go to the inside of Christopher Bell, and I was getting ready to say this will be the toughest section for Christopher.
Yeah, so we're looking basically now at stage 2. This is, these guys are still fighting up ahead. Bell was able to keep his track position, but Byron ended up, taking advantage of those fresher tires than Christopher Bell, and he's now gotten that track position back. But Christopher Bell, fortunately for him, has accumulated a playoff point and 10 extra points that are going to help him throughout this year.
First lap today. Oh, you see Brad locking it up. Knew he was in trouble.
Not fun for Bubba there. That's another incident.
Yeah, and you saw Bubba have to check
not a good
up
day
little
so
bit.
far
in that
for
stadium
Bubba.
section where they were, you can take a really wide arc, but it opens you up to get T-bones.
See these guys
like that
cutting right down to the grass
Brad's
there. I
ankle
love
was
it.
coming from.
Getting the best turn
Larson has
possible.
spun.
Well, it was off the front bumper of Christopher Bell, but it looks to me like Kyle missed a little bit, slipped up, locked the brakes up, whatever, got a little bit high, tried to hold it down. Bell was there.
Look, when you're running through the field and you got fresher tires on everyone, sometimes those slower cars get in the way, and once you're close enough as it is, and if they make a mistake, it's kind of on them.
William Byron laying the lap times down on this racetrack, has dominated this race so far. This boy just continues to impress in that 24 car.
And he puts the work in. I was at the go-kart track on Wednesday, and when I got there, William Byron was just finishing up in his go-kart.
Whoa!
Oh!
Kobayashi and Stenhouse.
Yeah, so as we look at Kobayashi Stenhouse, that was an incident that we're just going to watch the replay of right now. But, William Byron, he's a guy that he grew up on iRacing. He grew up racing in that kind of realm, and he knows essentially that it's really a combination between treating your car right and just getting through the race as smoothly as possible with the best strategy. Having Rudy Fugle up in the pit box is a huge help, and all the resources out at Hendrick. But William Byron's the real deal. He knows how to save those tires. He knows how to not only run at an oval, he knows how to run at road courses, and he's really, to me, one of the most impressive guys in the Cup Series. Yes, he's in good equipment, but you can be in good equipment and not take advantage of that. And it's just, it's impressive to me, to see.
Quite the kerfuffle right there.
Quite the what? What'd you say?
Kerfluffle.
That's a Ken Squire term. That must go back, I don't know, 30,
3
40
wide.
years.
Well, it's my word of the week, so
Well, all right.
there you go.
Well, here's another one.
Oh, well, he's not done with him yet.
Yeah, so that looks pretty intentional.
Well, I've heard
to
of
me.
the 3-tap rule, but
But he got him back.
That was kind of the bump and dump right there.
Yo.
See all the front ends.
That's
just
an
up in
F1
the
control.
air.
Kamui
Chase Elliott
Kobayashi.
decided he was
Bam! Gets right back into
going to
him.
need to go underneath Carson Hocevar as quick as he could to get the track position and lose as little time. Forces him wide.
Well, that was experience on Chase Elliott's behalf. Hocevar wasn't really paying attention. How about Bell? I'll get you both right here. Thank you very much.
Woo!
Good move.
Damn, he's got a good car, and he is a good
Look at
driver.
him. I mean,
he's
he's
so
got-
He's
smooth.
out of power steering. I'd say lost fluid or something. No power steering at all.
See the hitch there? It's like the steering's in and out, like the power steering's coming in and out on him.
Look at the difference that it makes.
He can barely steer.
Barely turn the wheel.
Yeah, it looks like Michael McDowell there. The steering's out, and he's typically a threat at these tracks. Like if you go back to the Indy Roval, I think it was last year or the year before, he almost won that thing. I think Chase Elliott walked away with that win. As we come to the end of stage 2, William Byron another dub, so that's going to be a playoff point for him. But as we start stage 3 now, we're going to see Chastain and Byron now diving in
rise
to
to
turn
turn
1. Locking up someone. Looks like William
the
Byron
24
locking
Got
up.
in
Locked
too
up.
hard. Yes.
Woo! Went wide.
Bailey way to the inside, made it 4
But can he keep it here? Can he keep it there? No, you can't. Chastain
And
takes advantage.
Chastain with the lead.
Ty Gibbs pushed Byron. Pushed him into a mistake. What I'm trying to say. Got into the corner too deep. Shot up the racetrack with a wheel lock up. Rest is history. Chastain to the point.
Well, now we're going to see what William Byron's
I love
cars
watching these
has.
NASCAR drivers really try to
William Byron's
navigate
car has,
these kind of
because
tracks.
He has not been in traffic all.
I mean, just look at this track was made for F1, but it's a challenge for these guys. These guys are typically running on ovals, and for them to be so adaptable, especially guys like Ty Gibbs and Tyler Reddick, who grew up racing dirt and just stock cars, to be this adaptable is pretty awesome.
Two. See Ross,
Pushed him back out.
and it would have got even harder if they'd have been side by side headed into 3 with the angles that. See William Byron really close to cutting the limits right there.
You want to be in turn 1 where Byron is right now, doing the dive bomb on Chastain, who gave him just enough room.
Okay, so you see Chastain, that move kind of there. We're going to review it. Watch this. So basically, Chastain, he keeps him basically playing. So William Byron right here, he's got the preferred line. But Chastain pinches him down into the apex, knowing that basically he's going to have more momentum as he swings through here. So you'll see by pinching him down, he's actually taking out William Byron's ability to basically get a good run off the corner. So typically in a turn like this, the guy on the inside would have the advantage, but Ross Chastain is using his head, and that's why he's so hard to pass, because he has these little tricks. So basically he's cutting off the run from the end of the corner. So let's see how that worked out.
doing the dive bomb on Chastain, who gave him just enough room, but no chance to get alongside.
Well, he
So
tried to
Chastain,
surprise him right there with
he runs away with the
a
run.
late pass, and sometimes you do that just to show him the nose. William Byron knows it too. You can tell that he's antsy to get by, and Ross
There it
misses
is,
again
another
right
wheel
there.
lock up. Yeah, that tire, it rolls around there and finds that flat spot, and it just keeps getting worse and worse. But this Chastain is not going to let him.
So here's the thing that I think is the huge difference between Chastain and Byron, especially on road courses, not so much on ovals. Chastain's got a lot of experience on ovals. Here's the difference though. William Byron, he knows how to save his stuff. I feel like he is the most controlled driver in NASCAR Cup Series right now. Chastain, he always drives at 100%. So when you're on a race like this, which is very rare in NASCAR where you're just going green, there hasn't been a caution this entire time with the exception of the stage breaks, you're going to lock up your wheels if you're driving full out and you're trying to keep this guy behind. And so William Byron's kind of playing with him. He's just kind of being like, all right, you know, I'm going to run my race, but I'm going to put pressure on you so that you make a mistake, and then I'm chilling, so I'll capitalize on him, on top of the fact that his car is faster.
Around him, let him around him very easy. He's going to keep pushing him out, makes his car wide. That's why they all struggle to get around him.
You see William Byron really wide, trying to get a good run off of turn 15.
Probably wish
putting
he
a lot of
would've moved
pressure on
got
him.
More aggressive now. I think he's going to get the job done. Move him out a little
I
bit.
don't know.
Take this line. Take the real estate away from him, or you're going to
Nah,
have
he's
to
got
do
him
it all
here, I
over again
believe.
at the top of the hill, which is exactly the case.
Well, you said this
But his
earlier,
tires
Trent,
are
when
shot
Ty
now.
Gibbs had the
Chastain, his
opportunity
tires
to
are shot.
clear, Ross Chastain, you need to make it happen when you think you can.
Watch the crossover attempt.
Bottom to top. Oh,
Now-
Byron with the lead.
Now Byron's got the
Learned
run
that
off the
yesterday when
outside.
SVG did that to the car right behind these two, Ty Gibbs going into turn 1.
So I love that, you know, Chastain, he's starting to learn more. He's starting to understand these crossover attempts and stuff. Learning from the best, learning from Shane Van Gisbergen, who basically, you know, taught him a little bit of a lesson the other day in the Xfinity Series with that crossover attempt. But crossover attempts are not going to work if you don't plan your exit properly. And if we back up just a tad here, watch this crossover attempt.
You think you can.
All right, so you see, you got Chastain. He's going left to try to cut under, but what he doesn't realize is William Byron has basically calculated this, and he's going to come down and cut his runoff. So when you're doing this crossover stuff, you got to make sure to get under the guy and establish your line. Chastain does not do that, and it basically allows William Byron to cut off his line. So watch, we're going to go slow motion here.
Crossover, Chastain.
Doesn't have really the line. He's just he's still too far behind. He hasn't established enough of a line yet to really, you know, get a good exit off the corner here. He's too far behind. So now William Byron understands that. And so the natural line for Chastain would be to kind of come out here, but William Byron's going to cut him off, so he's going to take the slower line, which comes around here.
Bottom to top.
So that basically sacrifices his speed and allows William Byron to kind of get away from him, and ultimately, I believe he builds a big lead from this. So he gets the run.
Byron with the lead.
And Ross learned that. He did that to the car right behind these two, Ty Gibbs going into turn 1. Obviously, Tyler Reddick.
Yeah, so Chastain's tires are
Ross
shot.
Chastain gave him a little
Byron ran away from
bit
him.
bumper right there and pushed him up out of the groove.
And Chastain trying to take his groove away entering the next corner.
He is hard to pass.
No doubt.
Does not give up on him. You better get aggressive if you're going to pass him.
All right, the leader is in. Martin Truex will make his final stop of the day.
But got another kerfuffle.
Kobayashi around again. That's the second time he's been around. I think the same corner too.
Well, oh man.
Yeah, so it looks like
I think Josh Berry was.
Yeah, it looks like Kobayashi not making too many friends out there. You know, this guy is he's an F1. He's got F1 experience. Not too much stock car experience. He has raced in the Cup Series before, but especially when you're not used to the car and you're now forced to navigate, you know, 39 other guys out there, it's not going to be fun, and making friends is not going to be too easy, going forward.
Was done with whatever is happening before this moment. I think he felt like he dive bombed it in there.
Yeah, that's a dive bomb.
Josh said, no, that's not how we do it here, guys.
All right. Had a chance at it. Here we go.
But that's a legit dive bomb in F1. If you're mad at that, you can't be really mad at that in F1. That's like a real pass,
I think you're right, Clint. He knows he's way better, and he's got to go now.
There it
Watch
is.
this dive bomb. Does he do it? That's sick. That's a good move, man.
Quarter.
Gonna have to use him up a
But
little
now
bit
watch the
here.
run.
He's still pretty
Okay, let's analyze this
nice
again
to it.
right here. Okay, what's the difference? What's the difference now between the run off the corner that the outside car gets versus that Chastain move we just saw? Watch the difference. Look at how much deeper Ty Gibbs is able to go under him, so that Alex Bowman isn't able to really cut off his run. Let's watch this. All right, he's firmly under him. So yes, the outside car is going to get a run, but it's not the same type of run that you have when you're basically, full out, not even under the guy like Chastain was.
Have to use him up a little bit here. He was still pretty nice to him, just like he was with Chastain. Now he lost the position into this next corner.
Oh, that turn one was a good corner for Gibbs.
See that?
He moves through
It's
to take
totally
second
different.
place.
It has nothing to do with the move Chastain did.
Chastain was
Oh, they
still
talked
going to
about
dive to the inside.
it. There goes Bell
He's
trying to
got a
get
pretty
back up through the
distinct
field
tire
before the end of the
advantage
race.
on Alex Bowman of 5 laps, which is, when you think about it, it's almost
Long ways here, right?
it's over 15 miles for
Yeah.
sure. And that makes that race for second place really important, because we don't know all the information. Maybe they are short. We don't think that William Byron is short, but
There he
this,
got him.
Second place.
you never know, that
Christopher
could be the
Bell
pass for the win.
with 3 to go. Christopher Bell got to within 0.6 of a second of Byron under braking for turn 12. So close he can almost reach out and touch the 24, but William Byron from the pole. And after a fantastic pit stop that was the class of the field. There's a couple of corners to go.
It's pretty much been a Hendrick Motorsports and Gibbs competition so far in 2024. Hendrick was so solid the first 2. Gibbs showed up the last 2. Hendrick back on top today.
William Byron down the front straightaway to the checkered flag, gets his 12th career win in the NASCAR Cup Series.
Yes, sir.
Great day by those guys.
All right, so first race reaction here. Let me just give a little rundown of what I believe kind of happened in this race. I think that Christopher Bell had the fastest car, but unfortunately, he's just kind of outclassed by the strategy that William Byron had. I think the strategy for Bell was a little bit different, where he was playing catch up, and ultimately you give him 3 or 4 more laps. I do think he wins the race, but William Byron, just the team, the driver, had an unbeatable package today, and he kind of drove. He didn't put like a foot. They say, what's the saying? He didn't put a tire off the track. Basically, he was perfect throughout the day. Christopher Bell was pretty perfect too. But sometimes, like, look, you got the last, it was like the last 33 laps was the last run. No yellow flags. This is rare for NASCAR. And, these guys end up finishing within a second of each other. That's really, that's an hour-long stage. And to come within a second just shows how tight the difference is between these guys. They got a different make. One's a Chevy, one's a Toyota. But, ended up being a really good race. I think it was one of the more enjoyable ones. I'm glad that this is going to be the first one where, I make a reaction video. But anyway, that's going to be it for the reaction for today. I'm going to get better at these reactions. I know it was a little bit clunky, so I'm still just figuring things out and making sure that, everything is copacetic. But I really appreciate you guys watching. If you guys stuck through for this video, I know it was a long one, but I'm going to be doing more analysis of this type and hopefully getting into the Xfinity and Truck Series as we go. I'll probably be doing that more towards the end of the year. I'm just going to focus on the Cup Series and really start to study these drivers and try to get as much analysis as I can for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more content. I got gaming content coming out. I got other types of reaction content, but this is something that I really like to do, is just take a look at the highlights for you guys and kind of break it down. This is fun stuff. So I'll see you guys next week with another reaction for the Cup Series. I got some more videos coming out this week in the gaming space, and just in general, we're gonna be releasing a power rankings video tomorrow, ranking the top 10 Cup Series drivers based on who's the hottest right now. I think I have quite an inkling who's going to be number one, but I will not reveal that right now, as I will reveal that tomorrow in tomorrow's video. But again, if you guys could leave a subscribe, leave a like, comment what you want to see, any types of videos. I'll be responding to as many comments as I can below. But this is going to be a journey. I'm going to be releasing a lot of videos coming soon, a lot of really cool, informative, fun, entertaining videos. So again, thanks for sticking around. Take care for now, and bye-bye.